pressure. I don't know if they'll contest the throw in. They're really vulnerable to the long pass, so hopefully they won't execute that one on us. Hopefully we'll have a chance to foul immediately, Ray. Go down, they'll miss, or just make one of them. We come down, score, and do the same thing again. You got to do as many of those cycles and revolutions of that right there as you possibly can in 18.4 seconds.
UALR has had their opportunities here in the second half. They dug themselves out of a hole, took the lead, but Florida International regained it and would not give it up, has not given it up. 56-51, watch for the long baseball pass. Almonte inbounds it, and they will call Kiki Malone as exactly what you said, Bobby. Njai with the fake, and he was going the other way, and Malone held him.
Well, and again, UALR was very vulnerable there because, I mean, they have to try to contest that throw in, and you can't keep him from getting it down here below the free throw line extended and still keep him from getting it at the free throw line. And when Kiki saw what dilemma he was in, he elected to foul, which beats the guy shooting a layup.
Njai will shoot two, and he missed the first off the front of the rim. He's normally not a good free throw shooter. Trojans needing to miss another one. 18.4 left in the game. Florida International by 5. He can make it a two-possession game. It already is a two-possession game. He can make it a 6-point game where UALR's got to have a pair of threes right across the timeline. Got to hurry with it. Working out front. You got to shoot it. He gets it to Muldrow. Elijah from long range. No good. Right with the rebound. Goes back up with it. And he is hammered. That'll stop the clock. Almonte saying, hey, I got a jump ball here. And the last thing you want if you're Florida International is get a technical call on you. The foul is against Almonte, number 4. That's irrelevant probably at this point. 6.3 seconds left to play. And right at the line. He can make it 57-53 if he makes them both. But UALR not with one of their better outings tonight. Wright's free throw is good. He's got 10 on the night. 10 points, that is. Florida International goes from here to Jonesboro to take on Arkansas State on Saturday. Wright with one more. And he missed the second. UALR battling for the rebound. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Trojan basketball, down by 5 with 4.6 seconds left to play.
It's going to be a trick, but we'll keep after it and see if we can do a couple of things here.
There have been some crazier things happen, but
that's right.
Avoiding a miracle, Florida International heads to Northeast Arkansas with a big win. Sergio Rocco trying to get the right personnel in the game.
Trying to get him to play with 5.
That always helps. Wright will inbounds it. Out front it comes to Malone. Malone, one dribble, lets it fly. Shot is up. It is good. It is 57-55 with 1.1 second left to play. My Lord. Malone with a rainbow beyond the arc, and it was nothing but net.
I'll count that 4, Ray, or 5. Well, Coach had a timeout left, and he's taking a full timeout to go over what he's going to go over, and about the only thing you can go over is foul before the ball is in bounds, and hopefully they'll miss one of the free throws, maybe 2. We'd like for him to miss the first and make the second so we can get it out of bounds and throw it in. Now with 1.1 second, you're going to have time for a dribble, a quick dribble, and a shot. But it's going to be a half-court shot probably. No. Coach will throw the ball down to the free throw line and try to get it down there, and maybe they'll call a foul. Maybe we'll get it and turn and shoot it.
Florida International, not normally a good free throw shooting team. That was Kiki Malone's first basket of the night. He had a big 3 to win it at Florida International.
Wow.
Sergio Rocco coming out. He is out of timeouts. He wants to talk to the officials. Trojans down by 2. As we told you, they dug themselves an early hole. And it has been a tough road to hoe for UALR tonight. They have had one lead here in the second half. That was 40-39 with 8.5 minutes left to play. Almonte talking to the cameraman. He wants to be able to run the baseline, which he will be able to do here. And UALR's got to commit the foul right off the bat. And Muldrow.
They didn't call it.
That is a quick clock there.
It's a ball game,
the
right?
buzzer went off. The officials are going to talk about it, and they have the luxury of going over and looking at a monitor. And let's see what they do here. They are walking to the other end, and obviously they're going to put some time back on the clock.
Yeah,
4/10 of a second.
Laura.
Elvis Laura will be at the line. He had a couple of huge threes here in the second half. There's 4/10 of a second. And if you're Florida International, what you'd like to do is make the first and miss the second. And not allow that long baseball pass.
What if we make them both?
Elvis at the building. He misses the first. 57-55. UALR with a chance. Florida International has everybody back. Nobody in the lane. Elvis made the second. And timeout by UALR. Steve Shields with a timeout. 4/10 of a second left, and his team down 58-55.
Well, I think the strategy for UALR, unfortunately, our throw-in man, Ray, can run the baseline after the made free throw. And coach has got to play here. I forget what they call it. And they're going to put a guy on the free throw line.
You got to have the three.
And they're going to have a guy on each side of him. The only problem is not the free throw line now. It'll have to be moved out to the top of the key. Only problem is they normally go to the guy in the middle and he tips it or gets it and passes it to either corner. Well, there's not time for that.
No time for that. You got to touch it and let it fly.
I'm not sure there's.
I don't know if there's enough time to even do that. Hope so.
Well, I tell you what dictates that a lot.
At the scorer's table. Byron Ray will put it into play for UALR. And you got to be careful if you run underneath the basket. You can't throw that long pass. He can run the baseline. 4/10 of a second left. UALR down by 3.
What was that?
And Byron Ray throws it right to a Florida International player with an underhand pass. It was intended for Zach Wright. So UALR does not get a shot here at the buzzer with a chance to tie it and send it to overtime. Final score here at the Stevens Center. Florida International with the upset tonight, beating UALR 58-55. Stay tuned for the Tops postgame show next here on The Buzz.